Hey guys, so my name is Zanik and I'm coming to you from the beautiful island of St. Lucia. So today is World Diabetes Day and we will be speaking about Dr. Banting, paying tribute to him and his awesome discovery. And we will also be looking at diabetes awareness, signs and symptoms. So insulin was more about discovered in 1922. Before the discovery of insulin by Dr. Banting, there was no treatment for persons being diagnosed with diabetes. Actually, a diabetes diagnosis was like a death sentence because months after being diagnosed, most persons died from starvation, malnutrition, and so forth. At the time, since they had no treatment, the only type of treatment was a starvation diet, where they had persons trying to eat very limited, they tried to limit their food intake to try and control the blood glucose. But we are so thankful to Dr. Banting and his gift of insulin to the world. His experimentations first started on dogs, and they discovered that when you remove the pancreas of a dog, it would immediately get diabetes and get glucose within its bloodstream, right? It took them a while to discover what exactly in the pancreas that was healing, right? Dogs living with diabetes. And by the time they figured it out, they were able to extract substance from the pancreas of a dog, a healthy dog, and give it to a dog living with diabetes, and they saw that dog turn around. So with that being said, after trial and error, much trial and error, they moved from dogs to the pancreas of cows and all of that. Before they gave the first human, the first patient living with diabetes, I should say, insulin, right? They tried it on themselves first. And what they found was when they took insulin, they were dizzy, they were weak. And that is when they discovered that glucose, sugar, actually treated those symptoms of an insulin overdose, right? So at that time, things started to turn around, right? There were many children at the time dying from diabetes, and they were malnourished and they were so skinny. And when the whole discovery and treatment of diabetes via insulin therapy started, they saw that patients started to turn around and they were able to eat more food, more nourishing food. And so much thanks to Dr. Banting for saving our lives, for saving millions of lives. So let's talk a little about diabetes. So there are many types of diabetes, guys, and I am not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to look at type 1 and type 2. So type 1 diabetes, which is also known as juvenile diabetes because you find it mainly in children, is where your pancreas no longer secretes insulin into the body, right? So what you find is that when you eat food and your body breaks down the food to give you the different nutrients, the glucose that enters our bloodstream stays within our bloodstream because now we have no insulin to break down that glucose and feed it to our cells, to give us energy. So that person living with type 1 diabetes needs to inject insulin into their body, right? To do the whole breaking down of the glucose into our body so that our cells can accept it and be a source of energy for us, right? Nothing you do can cause you to get type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is where your immune system fights and kills those insulin producing cells within your pancreas. and because of that it is called an autoimmune disease. Type 2 diabetes is different, and what's even more alarming is today you find more children being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which is not a good thing at all. Type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle disease. It is because of your lack of healthy eating, your lack of exercise, your lack of healthy practices on a whole. You can become a type 2 diabetic. Now, the difference, right? So type 1 diabetes, your pancreas does not secrete or produce insulin at all. Type 2 diabetes, your pancreas does produce insulin. Your cells become resistant. They no longer accept the insulin, right, to break down the sugar and give you energy. But it does produce insulin. Somebody with type 2 diabetes, if their diabetes is not well managed, they can progress and eventually get on insulin as a form of treatment to their diabetes. Guys, thank you for following up to this day. It has been so great speaking to you. So many of you have reached out to me and you guys are learning so much, which is awesome. So today, remember to wear blue. Take a photo, tag me in it. I wore the symbol for you all to see, right? It is a circle, a blue circle, which signifies unity, right? So thank you and stay tuned for more. Bye guys.